What's up, everyone, on a Monday Sunrise Extra? Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Here, I'm watching you guys on Twitter. We've got you pulled up on Facebook. If you are new to this show, we like to tell you this is our live streaming, unscripted after show. We are not ignoring you. We are watching your comments coming in live on the social feeds that we are broadcasting on. So today we're talking about all things restaurants, all things food as we're headed into fall and winter. Yeah. Because a couple of good things. The city of Portland, at least, extended that permit that gives restaurants and retail stores extra space to expand seating or, you know, put a rack of clothes outside.
Right, spill out onto the streets.
Yeah, and these kind of cool, like, decks that are out into street parking areas and out on the sidewalk. So a lot of restaurants are kind of preparing for the fall and putting up, you know, some tents and cover or some heaters and things like that. So that has been extended. And business owners pretty happy about that because they were getting worried that the weather is going to cramp business. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking for weeks now about what would happen to restaurants once the weather turned south, so to speak, because they really have gotten a boost. And even with this boost, a lot of restaurants we know haven't survived. This year is completely difficult for every restaurant, but at least the outdoor seating during the summer months gave them an opportunity. An opportunity to feed people and have customers where they wouldn't otherwise have that. And we thought, man, it's going to be, you know, bad news again when the bad weather rolls back. But this does allow them to keep this going, and we now know through the end of March. We even talked about last week, like, why wouldn't they allow this? Yeah. We were just speculating. There was no real reason ever given why they wouldn't. It doesn't even matter now because they have. One of the questions we're asking today is this. I know back in April, May even, a lot of people were steering clear of restaurants. A lot of restaurants were closed where you couldn't even check them out to begin with. But those that were open, a lot of people said, you know, I'm not doing restaurants during the pandemic. I'm curious if people are still holding that stance, if people have sort of pulled back a little bit on that. Are you actually going inside restaurants now? Because I know a lot of people, even 2 months ago, said, I'll eat outdoors at a restaurant, but I'm not going inside. So you can tell us where you stand on all that. We're also happy to report that Rod Hill, no longer on that little delay, broadcasting from his home studio in Clark County. He's with us in the building this morning. What's up, Rod?
Hey, good morning. So the question is, so I know there are a lot of food courts that stay pretty busy, you know, covered food courts have the outdoor heaters, and they stay pretty busy through the winter months. So
like food trucks, you mean, or food carts?
Yeah, food carts. There's one big kind of food cart area where they have the covered tables in between all the different food carts over in the Mississippi area, I know. And the question is, how many outdoor heaters would it take for Portland to completely skip winter?
A lot.
If we could somehow get a huge awning over the entire city.
Yeah.
With a few hundred portable heaters.
But seriously, I don't know. I think there's the potential for us to keep some of the restaurants surprisingly busy if they have, you know, they'd have to get some heaters put in, that type of thing. But that has worked, at least in some of these outdoor food court truck locations, right?
It is interesting. Do you guys find, like, we were maybe it didn't end up happening because their baby started to get a fever, so we were like, no. But we were going to know a friend of ours. We were going to meet up with, you know, another couple we hadn't seen in a long time. We were going to go sit out at a park or something, let my daughter kind of run around. They have a little infant. But then, you know, it's like, well, should we bring a picnic lunch? And then my husband suggested, well, maybe we could, you know, go and grab a bite to eat. And then that guy was telling my husband, well, my wife is, you know, like, she doesn't want to eat inside. And so it's like you kind of, everyone's plans mold to the most safe person, you know, like how they're feeling in the group.
Yeah, good point.
And so it is just kind of funny, like figuring out, trying to get some type of socialization for people. Right. But you always kind of have to, you know, find out, okay, like, how serious are they? How serious are they? Okay, is everyone on the same page before you make plans?
We're hearing from some of our viewers already this morning, Rod and Nina. I'll start with Angela Granger. What's up, Angela? Good morning. Welcome to the Monday edition of Sunrise Extra. She says, I try as much as I can to support my local restaurants. I've dined in as well as outside several times. I know that the restaurant owners appreciate and are delighted to see us whenever we come. Another comment from Angela Barks Draz, one of our constant viewers. our faithful viewers of Sunrise Extra. She says, I've been eating takeout more since the pandemic began. We've also started eating indoors when they were able to open up. Space has been maintained well. And if you're safe and careful, I'm sure, she says, it's all good. And I can tell you that we kind of broke what I thought was a family rule of not eating inside of a restaurant. We've pretty much been eating outside. We'll go out to eat and either do the takeout and bring it home or sit outside. And then Friday night, my wife was like, I don't want to cook. You feel like cooking? No. Let's go out. You know where we went, Rod?
Where?
We went to that pizza place that you featured probably 2 years ago on the Sunrise Show in Oregon City. La Familia.
Yeah, good pizza, right? You enjoyed
Awesome.
it.
Wood-fired pizza. Yeah. I highly recommend this place, by the way. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
La Familia, wood-fired pizza. They have some other pasta dishes and salads. We got there and didn't even think really twice about it. The outdoor seating, we asked, can we sit outside? They said, no, it's all full. And I kind of looked at my wife to see how she was going to react to that, because I was starving and I was ready to sit down.
I gotta eat.
And she just said, okay. And then, they, 4 minutes later, they got us a table inside. And like our viewer just a moment ago, don't tell me, Angela, said the seats were, or the tables were really spaced out in this restaurant.
They're usually doing every other unless they have like some, barricade over it.
We probably weren't within 15 feet of another set of guests.
We did. We went to sushi last night. I love sushi, and it's the first time our family's gone out to eat indoors to a sushi restaurant. I kind of missed they didn't have the little conveyor belt. I love that. You sit there and you go,
Yeah.
You didn't get to do that. You have to order off the menu, but it was fantastic.
Yeah. I kind of like the. Well, I don't know. You think a lot of places aren't doing, menus, or they're doing the laminated ones if they want to wipe them down. I've done the QR code, where you hold your phone. There's a little thing taped to the table, the QR code, and you do it, and you have your menu on your phone. And there's been all kinds of annoying things with that of like, you pay for a set of drinks and then you want to get those in, so they start coming. And then you got a tip on that. And then you have to start a whole new order. And enter in all your financial information to order the food, and then, I want another beer. Okay, I gotta do it all again. So there's been all these little quirks with different, apps and these QR codes that are pretty annoying, but they're figuring it out.
I keep beer in the car, and inside, run back and forth. I run out, get a beer, then I come back in. Then I run outside, get a beer, then I come back in.
I could share a comment with you guys.
That's not even far from the truth, actually.
No, it's not. I could share a comment with you, and then I have a question. A question for the audience, a question for the two of you. The comment first from Tammy Hillebrand Burkhart, another faithful Sunrise Extra viewer. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. She says, we've done the takeout, the delivery, the outdoor dining, and indoor with proper precautions of masks and sanitation. When we went into the restaurant, of course, all four of us, my two boys, my wife, myself, wearing the masks. Then you sit down at the table, still wearing the mask. At what point is it proper to take the mask off? Because some would say, right then and there, you're seated, go ahead and take them off. I've also heard someone suggest that you wait until the food is brought. Because the way, this makes some sense. The waitress came back and she's going to take our order. Now she's wearing the mask, and maybe we should have our mask on too. So I kept mine on then, but the boys kept, can I take mine off? And I'm like, you have to wait till the food gets there, I think. And my wife said, no, you don't have to wait that long. So what is the...
I don't even know if that's the word legally, but once you're seated, you are allowed to take it off.
Okay.
I think it's just, matter of courtesy
That's
or
what I'm asking
personal
for. Beyond
preference.
the law.
If you keep it on, at least till your drink arrives or water is poured or something. But yeah, it feels funny, having the wait person come back and take your order, and no one, they're having to stand there, or I notice they stay further back.
But they're still wearing their masks, so out of respect, just like I would at the grocery store, right? Wear ours. So two people already chiming in, Nina and Rod.
What's up?
And they both have a different answer.
What?
That's the way this works on Sunrise Extra. Willie Huey. What's up, Willie? Big Willie style says, when food and drink arrive is when you can take your masks off. Renee Nicholson says, when you sit. So
it is when you're seated, I think you're allowed to. When you're moving up and about the restaurant, you have to have it.
It makes good sense. I think that is a nice courtesy, actually, to keep it on until you place your order with the server. Yeah.
Stanford, sorry.
No, go.
I was going to say Stanford, our real OG viewer, he says, I've been saving so much money now since the pandemic. I'm no longer eating or drinking $18 meals or $10 martinis. Love the topic. Thank you, guys.
$10 martinis.
Yeah.
Willie chimes back in to say, at the end of the experience, when food and drink are all done, you should put your mask back on while you wait for your check.
Yeah, true. One of my favorite Twitter handles, hi guys, I'm watching you guys on Twitter. I'm your pirate. one of our OG fans
pirate.
as well. I know. They say, good news, restaurants can keep the businesses alive. They're still eating a lot of Thai food as takeout. It's easy to reheat and it still tastes great. But sad on no beer gardens. Anywhere. Yeah, Oktoberfest, a lot different. Look at Ron just sipping his coffee.
Hey, I do wonder, my experience, and let us know, you folks watching us this morning, send us a comment, but my experience when we have gone out to eat, and full disclosure, we went out the very first Friday night that Clark County allowed it.
Yeah.
So my family's pretty open.
Yeah.
Period. But I'm wondering if our viewers are finding the restaurants are pretty full to the limited capacity that's allowed. My experience is the restaurants, when we go, they're pretty full to the capacity that they are allowing in terms of indoor seating.
I like that now. You almost kind of have to make a reservation so they can plan out, numbers and where everyone is going to be seated. Because a lot of these restaurants didn't take reservations, and you'd show up and oh, okay, it's going to be a 25-minute wait. Give us your phone number and mingle around and we'll call you. Right. And now at least you can, but when you're sitting at home or when you're planning, be like, let's see where we can go. And okay, there's a table, yes. Now we know, just when to arrive, and it's much smoother and faster rather than kind of standing around or going somewhere and realizing it's going to be a long wait. So I do like that part.
Yeah, me too.
I panicked a little bit on Friday night. I'll plug them again because they are that good. La Familia, downtown Oregon City. Yeah. If you're familiar with the area, I'm sure you're familiar with this restaurant. If you're not, you should check it out. Anyways, when we got there, and we never made reservations there before, but when we showed up, we walked inside, we said, table for 4, and they said, do you have a reservation? I was like, oh no. Do we need to have one of those tonight? And I said, no, we don't. And he goes, that's okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah. So we were able to eat there. I'll tell you what has grown since the very start of the pandemic is the drive-thrus, right? Like,
oh my goodness.
The Burgerville drive-thru closest to our house, it's unbelievably long. Every time I drive by there, it does not matter what time of the day it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we would do drive-thru TV, we'd be killing it in the ratings. Killing it.
Killing it, he says. Rhonda chimes in this morning, says that you should take your mask off only when you have the food there and it's time to open up your mask to eat. Yeah. So another one saying that you should
makes sense.
Keep your mask on until your food arrives. Really, why not, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't think we need to play the package, but maybe we can even play it without the sound or something. But I did a story today on this new food hall and marketplace. It's all Italian products in the Pearl District. And the interesting story about that is the two owners were the chef and general manager of a Pearl District restaurant called Irving Street Kitchen. It was there for 10 years there in the Pearl. They ended up closing in March, of course, for the pandemic when everything had to shut down, and they just could kind of see the writing on the wall, and they decided to permanently close. Let's just make this clean break with staff so they can maybe get on unemployment or find a new job in some other industry. So she closed Irving Street Kitchen, and she had this idea for Cooperativa a year and a half ago, and she was originally planning on running both of them, the restaurant and this food hall and marketplace, which also has a restaurant in it. But she said, it's really kind of bittersweet. So she closed her restaurant, and she says it's actually been a huge weight off her shoulders. I mean, Irving Street was a huge, huge space in the Pearl District. Imagine the rent to pay for that. And to have that off your shoulders and to be able to kind of change up from seated tables of however many people ordering at one time to now she's like, what, the pandemic has had a silver lining of it's reinforced this new way of eating that we're doing, which is more like grab and go meals, like when you go to Whole Foods or New Seasons or any grocery store really, and they have the salad bars or they have pre-done noodle salads or sandwiches, and that's just easy to take and go on your lunch break or whatever. And so she was very grateful that she was kind of having these thoughts about the food industry beforehand. And so they do a lot of grab and go stuff, a lot of ingredients. If you're going to be having people over, I don't know, in the future and you need some stuff for a social party, to grab it there. But it's just interesting, the emotions that go through closing a restaurant and opening one.
It's kind of a fun name to say too. Tell me the name of the dining hall.
Cooperativa.
Cooperativa.
Yeah.
Cooperativa. Yeah. I like that.
I like saying La Familia and Cooperativa.
Yeah, it's on 9th and Northrop. You want to check it out.
I'm going to read a great comment right now from a professional, because I always say this show could use the help of a professional. So we have Joshua Madrid, who I've seen him on the stream before. Good morning, Joshua. I did not know Joshua is a bartender.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Hey, Joshua, did you know that my grandfather was the head of the Philadelphia Bartenders Union back in the day? Yes, he was.
That's cool.
Yeah, my Pop Schaefer, head of the Philadelphia Bartenders Union. He was a big deal back then. Okay, anyways, Joshua Madrid is a bartender. He says what they're asking for, we're asking customers to keep their masks on until your order arrives at your table. So there you go again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If we come back to your table, please put the mask back on and definitely wear it when you walk around. We're happy to have guests, but still need everyone to do their part to keep the space safe.
Very good point.
That makes the most sense if you think about it, right? Makes the most sense.
That is the most liked comment on the stream so far today, the Facebook live stream. I will be sharing your comment, Joshua, with my wife, because we were debating this fact earlier tonight or earlier this weekend, so I'm glad that you chimed in with that. Willie Huey says, Joshua Madrid, bam!
Yes, be as just courteous as you can, because there's some people that are legitimately worried about it, and rightly so. So on Twitter, SDD2311 says, with the amount of homeless people wandering around without masks, is it safe to eat out on the street? What is the city doing to help with that issue? I don't know. That is a whole other nationwide problem that, Portland has no answer for as of right now, but it's interesting.
Tracy Thompson chimes in saying Walla Walla has this figured out really well. Beautiful downtown. So Tracy, chime back in, follow up that comment.
What are they doing?
You can tell us exactly what Walla Walla is doing so well and how they have this all figured out. Willie Huey saying, that's it, officially changing my name to Big Willie Style. Thank you, Drew.
Big Willie.
You're welcome, Willie. Big Willie Style.
Hey, let me give a quick shout out to it's a well-known chain, Taco Bell, but the drive-through line over the weekend was just crazy. I hate that.
What's your order at Taco Bell?
Again, no matter which fast food chain I go to, I typically order the basics that they had from day one. So that day I had 3 hard shell tacos. Nice and simple, right? Yeah, not much.
Is it like the crunchy taco supreme?
No. Just the basic cheap taco that years ago they had a special for 50 cents, which they should bring back.
Meat, cheese, lettuce.
Just that's it. Meat,
that's
cheese,
it.
meat. No,
what
not even.
What sauce packet are you getting, Rod?
I get the. I like hot and spicy, but I think the Taco Bell's medium, their mild sauce actually has the best flavor. So I get that. But anyway, my point is, I stepped inside to order. There was a person that came in. They did not have a mask. And what I thought was really great to see was, instantly, one of the employees comes out from behind the desk, very politely hands a person a mask. They immediately put it on.
Oh, good.
But it was just a nice moment.
Those things can get touchy.
To see, right? There wasn't nobody was mad, but it was instant response to.
So you parked and went into a Taco Bell establishment. You had that much time.
That much time?
Yeah, it's unusual.
Not only that, but I don't
ever park and go in.
Well, I thought it would be quicker than the line. I can't, and maybe it's not, but I cannot be, we talked about this last week for coffee joints. I cannot be car 16 in line. That's on my short list of things in life I will not do.
You'll park and go in versus move on.
I'm with Rod on a couple of points here. Number one, most places I go to don't even allow you in. If the Burgerville would allow me inside, I would walk inside because, like you said, the drive-through line is ridiculous. Yeah. And there's no option, as far as I know, at the Burgervilles I've seen.
Yeah, I think I think more fast food than not are still drive-through only. But there are slowly starting to see a few more places.
And Burgerville's union.
Indoors.
They're probably a little more strict.
Just for ordering. You can't.
Drew, what's your Taco Bell order?
That was my second point, Nina. Thank you for asking.
What is it?
Same with Rod. I like to go basic.
Yeah, there you go.
Back in the day, I remember being like 16, 17 years old, driving through that Taco Bell drive-through, and we would get each would get a 10-pack. And I'd go 10 hard and 10 soft. And that's it, the originals.
You'd put away 10 tacos.
Easily.
Oh, you're the man.
Easily. I was also 17.
Guess you worked at Taco Bell
20 minutes later, how did you feel?
I was 17. It was like...
Metabolism's just fine.
I was about to say something else, but maybe that would not have been appropriate. But I'll tell you, right now, today, I could easily do, at any time of the day, 3 and 3. A 6-pack.
That's the only thing you get, huh?
Yeah, I just like and I don't know which I like better, the hard or the soft, so I always get both.
I like the
They both have their advantages and their disadvantages.
Here's my Taco Bell order. 7-layer burrito, which I think they just got rid of, which is very upsetting.
Yes, but they'll still make it in some form.
Good
Rod,
to
yes,
know.
right.
How did you know this?
Because
it
we
goes
ordered that
inside.
for my father-in-law when I was in that Taco Bell, and they said, it's not on the menu anymore, but we still have the ingredients,
You
and I
took
can
your
make it.
father-in-law to Taco Bell.
So, well, no, I went. He stayed at home.
Oh, okay.
But I got the 7-layer. Anyway, continue.
So he's on the 7-layer burrito train with me. Okay, 7-layer burrito. 2 crunchy beef taco supremes, fire sauce. No, hot sauce. And they used to have those cinnamon twists. I'm getting those. And also like a chicken quesadilla.
I do like a good side to go with whatever meal I'm eating.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting a McDonald's breakfast without having a hash brown to go with it?
No, that's like almost the best part.
One of the other items that went away.
McDonald's.
Sometimes.
We'll order for each other.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
They also got rid of the Mexican pizza, I read recently, which if I didn't go with the tacos, I would go Mexican pizza.
It is going away. You know, some restaurants still have it, so you still might have an opportunity to get that before it officially goes away.
And they give you that funny spork to eat it with. That spoon-fork combination.
The spork is classic.
We've gotten away from the comments. I apologize, viewers, because there are many
I wanted
this
to
morning.
see if anyone else had a good Taco Bell order.
Angela Barkstrad says, yes, basic. Chiming in with you, Rod. She says, me too, for the crunchy tacos.
Elizabeth Gunter, 2 chicken soft tacos.
Renee's getting herself a taco craving.
I love it.
What the heck is that? From you want to read Stanford Walkers? Because I don't even know what this is. I missed the engarito?
Enchilito. The enchilito, I'm sure he
It's
means.
like an enchilada burrito?
The enchilito was a
What is it, a wet
classic on the
burrito?
menu back in the 70s, and it was basically a corn tortilla kind of open burrito with the red sauce and the cheese and 3 little black olives on top. And somewhere in the 1980s, they did away with it. And
How
there
do
were a lot
you
of
know
people that
this?
missed it.
That is crazy.
Do you not know this? I am the best fast food aficionado critic in the Portland area.
Or
How do you not know
aficionado.
that? Yeah, however you say that word.
That's awesome. Speaking is not a strength, but fast food is, my friend.
I love it though.
You know what? Honestly, if you asked me when did Taco Bell first pop up in the country, I would have guessed it was the 80s. I didn't even know Taco Bell was around in the 70s.
No, they were around in the 70s, but they had the old brick buildings with the little bell that was up top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? I lost my okay. They said Charlene Miller. We're hearing from all the regulars today, which I love, by the
Yes.
way. Good morning, regulars, including Charlene Miller Simmons. They said no Mexican pizza because of the boxing being too much waste. They would package better. I'm going to miss those. They were nice.
Interesting.
They were a nice item.
I don't think they were a big seller, at least not. I worked at Taco Bell for a while. I worked everywhere.
Oh, okay, and that explains it.
But I liked them. Yeah.
Brian Matthews, our director, wants us to wrap. I say there is no wrapping until we mention this from Cassie Taylor, a new producer here on the Sunrise Show. Cassie, welcome to the group. I think you're going to do just fine here because she says cheesy gordita crunch, the bomb.
Nice.
The bomb. All right.
And Heather, real quick, Heather says, she says, hi, Drew. Send a shout out to my son, Jericho. His new food cart business, Fuego All Day, is at the Happy Valley Food
wow.
Station. That's a great food cart station in Clackamas. He has amazing, flavorful, upscale Mexican food. His grand opening was Saturday, but they're celebrating all week. Good for him. That's awesome. New business to check out in Happy Valley. All right, you guys, I love the Taco Bell orders. I loved chatting with you guys on a Monday about something fun, and we all have to eat, right?
Tomorrow we're covering McDonald's menu.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.